Today, we're diving into the story of one of the most disruptive companies in modern history. It's a story about vision, about taking massive risks, and having the sheer audacity to challenge an entire industry. This is the story of how Tesla began. So let's start with this, because this is really the fundamental question at the heart of our story. It's a question that, just a couple of decades ago was met with almost universal skepticism. People thought it was impossible. To really get the scale of the challenge here, we first have to picture the world before Tesla. A world where, for the most part, the road ahead was paved with tradition, and it was powered by gasoline. Think about it. The automobile industry was this absolute giant just humming along with the internal combustion engine. For almost 100 years, innovation might have meant slightly better fuel efficiency, or maybe a new design for a cup holder. The basic formula for what a car was, it was set in stone. And this slide really paints the picture. On one side, you had the undisputed king, the gas-powered car. It was everywhere. And on the other side, well, you had the electric alternative. Most people saw them as nothing more than glorified golf carts. They were slow, kind of clunky, and had a range that was frankly a joke. Nobody in the mainstream really believed they had a future. But in this very stagnant landscape, a totally new idea was starting to take root. It was a vision so radical, it was really aimed at completely redrawing the map of the entire automotive world. It was 2003, and a couple of engineers, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, saw something that pretty much everyone else was missing. They didn't just see a different kind of car, they saw a completely different kind of future. Their mission was to just flip the script entirely. They actually believed that electric cars could be everything they currently were not: powerful, with a long range, and something people would genuinely aspire to own. And this just perfectly captures the scale of their ambition. This was never just about building a car company. Right from day one, Tesla's mission was about something way, way bigger. Honestly, back in 2003, this sounded less like a business plan and more like a total fantasy. Not long after, an early investor named Elon Musk led the first major funding round. He didn't just write a check. He became the company's chairman and a real driving force, amplifying that initial vision and setting the stage for the massive role he'd eventually play. All right, let's talk about the strategy, because this is where things get really interesting and, well, unconventional. Tesla knew they couldn't just compete with the giants head-on. They needed a different plan, a true high-stakes gambit. I mean, this was the enormous challenge right in front of them. Just starting a car company is incredibly hard. But starting an electric car company that goes against every piece of conventional wisdom, that was considered completely impossible. So here it is, the master plan, and it's totally counterintuitive. Instead of starting cheap and trying to sell to the masses, they did the exact opposite. Step 1, build a really expensive, high-performance sports car to just prove what's possible. Step 2, change how people think and actually create desire for electric cars. And then step 3, use the money from that first car to fund the development of more affordable cars down the line, like the Model S and eventually the Model 3. And the first physical proof of this whole strategy was the Tesla Roadster. It was a statement. It was incredibly fast, it was beautiful, and it was 100% electric. For the very first time, an electric car wasn't just a curiosity. It was genuinely exciting. But look, a brilliant plan and a cool prototype, that's one thing. The reality of manufacturing and finance and the opposition from the entire industry, that's something else entirely. The hard part was really just beginning. Because having a vision just isn't enough. Trying to execute on it would push this young company to the absolute brink. The gauntlet of reality, as they say, was brutal. First up, the huge manufacturing hurdles. The original plan for the Roadster relied a lot on partners like Lotus, but trying to integrate their brand new electric powertrain turned into a logistical nightmare. It led to constant delays and what became infamous as production hell. Then, the crushing financial pressure hit. Making things worse was the 2008 global financial crisis. The company was just burning through cash. At its lowest point, Tesla was reportedly just hours away from bankruptcy before a last-ditch funding round managed to save it. And all this time, the established auto industry and the media were watching with deep, deep skepticism. Legacy automakers pretty much dismissed them as a joke, and prominent critics were publicly betting against the stock, absolutely convinced that Tesla was destined to become just another automotive failure. Now, this is so important to understand. Tesla's real innovation went way beyond just the car itself. They were building an entire ecosystem. They pioneered using thousands of small lithium-ion battery cells for cars. They developed their own global supercharger network to solve that whole range anxiety problem. And they built a software platform that could be updated over the air. This vertical integration, this is what truly set them apart from everyone else. So despite all these incredible challenges, something was happening. That high-stakes gambit, it was actually starting to pay off. The paradigm was finally beginning to shift. The Roadster and all the plans that came after it forced the entire industry to wake up. Tesla proved that electric vehicles weren't a compromise. They could be the future. And with that single realization, the revolution truly began. You know, when you really look back at these early years, defined by risk, by relentless innovation, by this unwavering long-term thinking, you see that Tesla was never just another car company. It was a fundamental challenge to the way things were. And that one challenge, born from a simple but incredibly powerful idea, ultimately set in motion a chain of events that has reshaped our roads and our world forever. What started as a seemingly impossible dream became a movement. It's a great reminder that every huge leap forward really does begin with a single, bold idea. Which leaves us with only one question. What's the next one?
This is CorpFile, inside the world of big brands. Subscribe to explore the real stories behind the companies that shape our world.